Hey, hey, everybody.
Hey, hey.
Hey, everybody.
We got
Man,
seven
that was a
people you can
killer
talk
intro
to,
video.
Jordan. Pick one.
What's that?
We got seven people watching it. You can pick one and talk to them.
Oh, I can't see anybody.
I'm joking. We don't know who's watching. We got no way to know.
We actually have 8 viewers. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Base Wars on Monday night. I'm Jimmy Pittman. That's Billy Temple, and that's Jordan Acosta. Hello, Velasquez.
Hey.
Vasily, sorry. Vasily. Let me say that before he kicks my ass.
Right.
Hi, Scott. Hi, Bobby. Hi, Denny.
Got Danny in here. Bobby, too. Yeah. So, Jordan, tell us about your weekend, man. What you didn't like, what you did. Tell everybody what you did first. Give them a
So
rundown.
I judged and hosted. I guess you could call it judged. I wouldn't say hosted. I guess that would be the technical business. So I judged a couple shows for Base Wars. I ran the monthly UAF Ultimate Audio Fabrication Show. They do a meet and greet on the first Friday of every month, and I ran that show over there at Eddie Naron's shop. And then that was late Friday night. Saturday morning, I had to get up really early and go to Shreveport to do a show in conjunction with Audio Anarchy. And Miss Dottie Buck and Mr. Brandon Buck up there, they were very, very hospitable, as always. And it was a really, really good turnout at that show, and a pretty decent turnout at the UAF show. So it was a pretty good weekend overall.
Yeah, it's a long ride from Mobile to Shreveport. Last time I did it was like 6.5 hours, I think.
Yeah,
I think
it was around 7 for me. Yep.
And to have to do it really quick, man, that's tough.
Yep, it was a tight turnaround.
Yeah, you got this, though. We have faith in you, Jordan. No problem. You got this.
So, Jordan, did you have fun doing it? What were some things that stuck out at the show?
You're
Was
lagging
probably
really bad, or I am. Who's lagging? Is it me or him, Billy?
Is Jordan.
Okay, sorry. I was like, somebody's lagging really bad here. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't me.
Right.
well, you put me on the spot with questions already. But yeah, of course I had fun. But as far out, yeah, you guys are lagging for me too.
It's you, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with Jeremy.
I agree with that comment for sure. 100%. 2021. Who do we need to talk to?
Man, I could be wrong, but I think I had a somewhat opportunity to get us there. Somebody I had talked to, and I forgot who that was.
Get
So I
us there
wasn't able to
next year,
follow
and
up.
all three of us have to go.
Yeah. Is it a fun show?
Supposedly, it's one of the best shows that we've had this year. Obviously, because it's been a pretty dull year. I don't know. We had a fun year, but everybody, all the other organizations, not necessarily so much.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, poor Jordan, I think he's lagged out on us.
I think so. It's weird. It was doing good for a while.
Yeah.
Hey, did any of you guys get to see the little intro I made for us? I think that thing's really cool. Oh yeah, he got out of that, didn't he? He turned the gain knob down on his modem.
Absolutely, absolutely. He was like, "Oh, I'm lag in goodbye." No, you're not lagging. You're just turning that shit down. Stop.
Right.
We all know them tricks.
Huh.
Jeremy said it was a huge charity show. It's always been a great time. Or, I'm sorry, a good time.
Hmm. How far is it from for you guys to go over there?
Forever.
Yeah.
Mom would be able to answer that better than I could. Jeremy, how long is it to get there? I want to. I'm not even going to speculate on this. Forever.
It's a good ride though. Whatever it is, a pretty good ride, huh?
Absolutely.
How long is it for you to go from where you are to over to Slamology?
Slam is 7.5 hours.
I bet it's somewhere similar to that.
Now, to you, it's like
10, 12?
14, I want to say.
Yeah.
But that's because I'm old and I have to stop like every 5 hours to go pee pee.
Right.
But I think honestly, we've made the trip to Biloxi, Mississippi in 11 hours. But it was crazy, nasty, and we just flew there
Yeah.
nonstop, no potty breaks hardly. It just went.
Hmm.
I'm old, I can't do that.
Right. Well, I'm all for stopping. I'm gonna tell you that. I don't do it very much, but
It's 19 hours to tell the nitro. That's not fair. No. No, I think me and Mama did it last year. Honestly, man, off the top of my head, I want to say it took us like, man, it was like 13 hours, I want to say. 13, 14 hours.
I bet so. Because I mean, I think it was a good solid 11, 12 when I come to you. You know, and that's another. At that time, it was a little bit further. You know.
Well,
Um,
it was because I was towing the nitro, I wouldn't tow over 65.
Gotcha.
Probably shouldn't have did that, but I did it.
Mm.
Are you back,
And
Jordan?
we got Jordan attempting to make it back. Oh yeah. I think he went and took a shower.
He cut that off on purpose.
Yeah.
Oh, to Ruckus. Mont says 15 and a half hours to Ruckus.
For y'all right there in the center of the country. Dang.
Yeah.
Huh.
No, thank you.
No, I have really bad service upstairs.
Ah.
I can tell. Because when we talked earlier, it was much better.
Hmm.
Can you guys still hear?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we can hear you. Yes, sir.
Is it any better?
No, you're still
It's still pretty laggy, but it is better because you're here.
Man, you guys are like way behind. Like I'll say something and you respond.
We're a little older, you know.
Yeah.
It takes us longer to process it. I think
Right.
it's actually you, though, sir.
Yeah. I say something and you guys respond like 10 minutes later.
Yeah, I think.
That's because you're freeze framing.
Yeah, I something going on there with on your end, Jordan. I don't know. I don't know where all your stuff is, but you may need to go
I'm
get
on my
that
cell.
cord from the meter and plug it to the modem to your computer.
So I'm on my cell
Hardwire.
connection now.
Plug the hardwire into the tower. Let's go. Look at that. Look what he froze. That look right there. Really? It froze right there on it. That's just perfect. Man, I need to get a picture of that and screenshot it.
Right.
Oh, got that picture.
Man.
Okay.
Well, let's
I
just see.
understand we're not very excited tonight, everybody. I apologize. We was going to have Jordan on here to, I don't know, just explain his weekend and tell everybody how he went. Wow.
It's all their fault. I know I'm normally like super exciting, and I try to stand back and let those two shine a little, but I guess I'm just gonna have to step back up, right? But I'll do that next week.
Yeah. Next week, catch me, and we'll think about it. But in all reality, I hope everybody had a great time with Jordan up there. He's a good guy. He's, obviously going to have some nicks and kinks just like I did, trying to do what he has to do.
Yeah, he had a couple of computer glitches, or I had one anyway. One I didn't tell him about. You know how when you got to select allow duplicate names so people can enter two classes.
Yes, sir.
I forgot to tell him that.
Oh, so he entered multiple.
So people would enter a second class or whatever. And
Oh, that poor guy. He was
yeah,
ready to kill you over that one.
yeah. Yeah, so anyway, we got past that one, and then he had an error that just locked the computer out. I think you had it when we first started yours that day. Remember,
The
it
malware,
fine.
the
I can't remember what
malware
it was.
99 or something like that. Yes, sir, I remember.
And he had that as well in Mobile. I don't know about Shreveport because I didn't go with him to that, but I did go over to Mobile just kind of take some video and stuff. So he had some things, but so
It happens. He'll figure the glitches out just like I did.
He had a record number of people in Shreveport. We never had that many, 30 something people in Shreveport.
It's because they know Jordan's behind the computer. Jordan's got the name out there.
Right.
Next thing you know, he'll bring the van there and let it play while he's running the show.
Well, he's got to bring the tent, so I'll have to bring the van.
There you go. Absolutely. See, that's how we do it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. He's got to relinquish the controls over to you.
Right. I don't know. I don't know what his dad will think about that, but we could try it. No harm, right?
Well, I think Kevin might have more of an opinion about that than Jordan would. Jordan would be like, okay, but Kevin's like, hey, we're going to talk about that.
Man, I got my knob license back in like 1980. I know you just turn them to the right. They're easy to work.
In every one of the little silly chats that I'm on, my nickname is Send It. For a reason.
All right. All the way to the right. Yeah.
I did Stevens truck, a couple subwoofers in Stevens. God, I can't tell you how many of mine. Yeah. I've blown quite a few subs. But
did he pull you off the knob?
What's that?
Did he pull you off the knob?
Well, I mean, after I blew it, I pretty much turned it down.
Blew yourself off the knob, huh?
Yeah.
Right.
It was kind of funny.
Is that the Hot Wheels room?
No, the Hot Wheels room is upstairs, Nicholas. Yeah, I have a whole Hot Wheels room. There's probably
I've never seen that.
300 Hot Wheels hanging in the room upstairs.
Yeah.
This is the man cave downstairs where all the trophies are. There.
It's a big old room. It's a big room.
Nicholas has been down here. He knows where it's at. So, back to that note. I think not this weekend, but next weekend I'm going to have a show, guys. I know it's kind of like last minute. I'm sorry I'm throwing it on you, but you guys were crying for a show, so shut up and we're going to do it. I don't know what else to say, but shut up. Here we go.
Better hurry and do them before the new president takes over.
Takes our liberty, takes our guns and up the gas and whatever else bullshit.
Well, they said they're going to lock everything down. That's bad for shows.
Who cares? I don't believe it. It's all bullshit.
Right? We just have to be hosting them at the house.
Base Wars live from your car.
Right? Hmm.
But we're not talking politics here. We don't care. We're just
I'm just saying you want to get some shows in while you can, just in case.
joking. Jordan test, absolutely. So, does anybody have any comments, concerns, complaints?
That is for sure. I really want to go to California.
I've never been to California. That'd be
Well,
a long drive, I think.
you got to pick up, man. Just throw the 10 in the back and do it.
Okay, let's do it.
I think I talked to Bobby Gately whenever we were out in Vegas at the kicker meeting, and
Bobby's a good guy.
he seemed pretty open to having something out there.
I guess I'll holler at Bobby actually.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not like personal buddies with him, but I talk to him every once in a while.
I had just met him there.
Okay. He's a
I
great
think,
guy.
did you come to the one in that meeting in Las Vegas? Did you come to that one?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's right. You did. You did. Yeah. Yeah.
Me and my inebriated self.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, that one went long, but we had tacos, man, so it was all good, right?
Yes.
Tacos were good, man.
Tacos were great. And then there was this one guy that knocked over the prototype.
Yeah.
I don't remember that person's name.
Nah, we blocked it from our memory, man. So I'm gonna talk about this one right here, man. This is November the 21st show in Biloxi. I should have already moved that one. The reason we're gonna move this one is there is another show in Louisiana. I forget what it's called, but pretty much most of the people that I talked to didn't want to have this show because they want to go to that show. That's a USAC show. Uh, Man, something in the Bayou maybe.
USAC's good.
Bayou Showdown maybe.
We'll give USAC some love. But
Right.
a bit.
So anyway, this November 21st, if I don't forget when we get off this podcast, I'll go cancel or move that date. So it's not going to happen unless enough people reach out to me and say, no, we're going to come to that show instead of the Bayou Showdown. Okay, if it's in Slidell, I'm not sure what that question is. In Slidell, yeah, I have one. I thought that was in December. Matter of fact, I have it pulled up. Let me see. Yeah, that one's December the 12th. Oh, wait a minute. No, I'm sorry. The Slidell location that we used is closed down, so we don't really have anywhere in Slidell yet.
Mhm.
That guy moved to, well, they still have a place there, but it's not a place
Location,
for us
though,
to have a
right?
show. But so we've been having all those that are in Slidell in Amite, Louisiana, which I think is probably 50, 60 miles away, but you probably know better than me.
Sorry. All right, guys. So trying to read a little of these comments here. I have a Euro car. Yeah. Who's going to be a Biloxi, Mississippi? Jordan's chiming back in.
We almost got Jordan back.
I think we do, but we don't.
It's almost, I think.
No video, but maybe.
Let's see. Yeah.
He's still lagging.
There's no video.
Well, maybe he doesn't have video. He's just coming in on phone.
Well, I brought him in, but it knocked him out.
Jordan, are you there?
I think he's there in spirit. He's from Louisiana down there. You know, they got a lot of hoodoo stuff. A lot of hoodoo going on around there.
Poor guy.
Yeah.
No, we appreciate all the love and support you guys are giving us, though. Billy's been around for a while trying to do this. I want to say, what, 5-6 years now, Billy?
I think either 4 or 5. I posted a video when I was talking about this thing tonight. It's just an old video that I made some time ago, and it kind of did you? I don't know if you watched it. It's it's a little bit long, but anyway, it was kind of cool. Even I got a kick out of looking back at some of those photos, and from kind of not when I first started, but some time ago. It was kind of cool.
I mean, there's a very good possibility, David. I don't know. Let us try to see what we can work out. We plan on, I don't know, I wouldn't say taking over, but we plan on going everywhere. Absolutely.
Yeah, we have to find people to run shows in all the different areas. Base Wars, since we don't charge to have an event, that kind of limits our radius that we can travel, because we don't get as much money as the other orgs. So it's really not feasible. It just depends on the number of entries, but based on our average, man, 3 hours is is about as far as you really need to go to really be able to count, on being profitable. So, to go 10, 12 hours, we know, like when I go to Florida, I know I'm not going to make money. I just do it because I like it and I want to grow down there. And once I find somebody down there that can, or out in California that can do the shows for us, then we up and go. But we have to have a small radius for our travel for us to keep our head above water.
So how's the weather down there, Billy?
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah. 75. I don't know what it was. 70. It was warm. Shorts and flip flops all day.
I think we had 73, 74 today. Tomorrow, rainy, kind of yucky, but we'll see. So.
Yeah, I never watch the weather. They're so wrong all the time. I don't ever watch it.
It's raining. Oh, I know that.
If it rains, I'm going to get wet. Don't matter if I knew it ahead of time or not. I'm still going to get wet.
Pretty much. Absolutely.
And Lord knows if I had canceled every show that everybody says, man, it's going to be raining, you don't need to cancel this one. If I had done that every time, we wouldn't have half the number of shows we did. Down here, we'll get a big shower for 10 minutes and then we're good to go.
There's been a couple shows that I've had here that's been like just pretty nasty raining when I showed up. And I would say quite a few other people, I'm not saying anything else, but quite a few other people would have canceled and just went home. But I stayed and I manned up, and probably 3 hours into it, it turned out to be a gorgeous show when I had a lot of entries. So, it's all about, sometimes you got to wait and be patient, but it works out. And like Nicholas says, damn Kansas. Kansas is Kansas. It sucks.
Right. Well, my tent top has gotten old, and I got a little slit right where the computer goes, and it just pours. And when I say pour, I don't mean like gully washer pour, but there's a small pour, not drip, that drips right down on the table where the computer is.
Put some tape on it, sir.
Yeah, I need to. I just hadn't done it. Just took the computer and run.
I'm afraid. There problems until I try to connect with you guys silently. Sorry, Jordan. It's all good. It happens. I think mine was like that the first 2 or 3 times I tried to get on with Billy.
Do you plug up straight into the modem?
Not no more. No. With my computer, I can't because it doesn't have a plug. But my modem's literally probably
You're
10
close.
feet away. Yeah.
Well, my computer is 5 feet from my modem, but I still plug in with a cord.
Hard line's always better.
Yeah.
But on that note, I feel
Hey,
like
let me tell you a secret.
Yeah.
I did not know this, so I'm either going to show you guys my stupidity or I'm going to enlighten all you. Well, so we were without power for a little bit, and so I hooked the generator up and I plugged up the modem and the TV,
Mhm.
and even though we had no power, I could stream movies using the generator. By just giving the modem power, it had what it needed to.
the internet still works just because your power goes out.
Right. So I really weren't inconvenienced by the power being out for
It
5 days, I guess.
happens.
Yeah. Other than I couldn't press any tag plates.
That's unfortunate.
Well, but I thought about it ahead of time and I pressed them all the day before. Right?
That works. That works very well. Well, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. We really don't have any content tonight, and we're just winging it. And I feel like we're being very boring tonight. So, if you guys have any comments or anything else you'd like to talk about, please chime in.
We need to we should start us a good old technical conversation. We might learn something, Jimmy.
Well, or we could have a nice short night.
Yep, 7:30. We never had one this short. Hmm.
Hardline, that is absolutely. Hey, I remember that, Nicholas.
Sound like Jordan is still battling.
It's all good. I apologize, Jordan.
Here's a good one. Do you guys think the new kicker is going to be over 1,000?
No.
I don't.
Well, I mean, what are you talking about when you say kicker? Are you talking about
He means
subs that
probably means
fly?
the S7X, the new Solo X.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I think it'll be less than 5.
Ooh, I don't know about that. We should write this down. We should pick a number and just see. I'm gonna go with
Well, I mean, if
29.
anybody that watched the live video, the stream, everything that they put up online and told everybody, they said half of what the original cost.
Right.
So, I mean, I'm trying to remember the original, but my old ass brain don't work that hard. What was the original at?
Yeah, I don't know.
See?
I don't know.
So I would have to say, I don't know, just a guess off of the top of my head. Just a guess. Don't quote me. I don't know nothing. I would
Bobby
say
says
right at
1,400.
about, no, I'd say right around $4.99. Or
Bobby says the original was 1,400.
okay.
But I don't know if that's an 18, a 15, a
Yeah,
12.
they're all different. So suppose it would be half. So
I'm gonna go with half the price of the old one.
that's what it's supposed to be. Is that the price they owe? Right there. You gotta guess. What are you guessing, Billy?
I'm gonna guess. What is a comparable subwoofer like a Sundown cost? You think?
That depends on which line, which series, which.
The best one, or the second to the best one.
The best one's a Neo. The second to the best one would be a ZV5, 6, ZV7. I don't know what line he's on. And I don't know price wise, to be truthful.
Okay.
I suck trying to keep up on the prices.
So let's go with the 15. Let's say we're going to price a 15. So I'm going to guess that a 15.
Well, Bobby right there said for the 15, I think it's going to be $599.
Right. And I had said 629.
I was guessing, I don't know, 15. I'd say 5. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm guessing 5.
Nicholas is in at 800. I think we should get Kip in on this, and whoever gets the closest gets a free woofer.
I don't think that'll happen.
I think he probably wouldn't appreciate us giving away his product. What do you think?
Not, but hey, we love you, Kip.
Right? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna put out, but hey, let me tell you something. And who was it? This weekend we had two 15s, two kicker 15s. They weren't the Q series, so they were right under that. In a Escalade doing a 53.
Comp?
Not a comp. It was an L7, but
L7. Okay, there.
but not the Q series L7. And and a Escalade did a 53 and change.
Okay. I had I don't know, about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago when I had a show, I had somebody come in with a full kicker build. And he put up some pretty decent numbers. I mean, I was actually pretty impressed. And I don't mean no disrespect by that, but for being an older build with older subs and older amps and everything, very decent numbers.
Yeah. Well, and I don't even know if a lot of people realize this, but the older stuff, including up till now, stuff really not built for SPL. It's built for
Well,
bass.
that's why I was. I'm sorry. That's why I was so impressed with it.
Yeah.
Because it's not built for that.
I tell you
Why is
another
it
one.
still holding up?
Let me see if I can find this. Rob Collar sent me this. I believe, or was it Robert? One of these guys sent me a photo of a single 12. I'm going to share my screen. Check this out. So this right here did, oh, not that, did that. And one prefab, I don't know what power, I don't see an amp, but they told me, I just have forgotten. But yeah, man, that ain't bad. One single 12 in the back of a Mazda. But like I said, I don't know what power.
Well, Nicholas, that depends on how much money you'll let me spend. I can get it pretty nasty, actually. Let's put a camper shell on and do a blow through. So, that depends. His old Yoda, he's had it for like ever.
What model is it?
Oh man, I don't know. Why you got to ask me that? It's the square body one that everybody loves.
Yeah.
The pickup truck. He's had it for a very, very long time. That thing's probably got close to 300,000 miles on it, I would guess.
Dang. Let's see. When building an enclosure, is the car considered part of the enclosure when the window is open or closed? Does that make a fourth or sixth door?
Well, I mean, we don't care. I mean, so I'm just gonna leave it right there. I'm not even gonna answer that question. I'm just gonna say we don't care. You want the window shut or open? We don't care.
Yeah.
You like that? You
Well,
like it, Billy? We don't care.
right. Uh, I don't really consider that a port. You're kind of making a port out of it, but
Well, I understand what he's
kind of
saying.
just a hole.
The whole vehicle, it's almost like a fully extreme vehicle. If you have the door open, it's more considered a port. If the door is shut, it's I don't know.
Well, you're definitely making the car act like an enclosure. There's no doubt about that. That's what everybody calls cabin game, so to speak. That's not what they call cabin game, but that's where cabin game comes from because your car acts like a speaker box.
Yes.
But as far as it being a port or not, changing from a 4 to 6, yeah, you know. That's why when you crack that door, sometimes your SPO goes up. Not every vehicle does it. I've got a vehicle that doesn't go up when you
I'm
crack it.
louder with the door open by a full
Mhm.
dB.
You're louder.
By almost a full dB. Yes,
If
sir.
I crack my door, I drop 2 or 3. Weird, huh?
Yeah. So I don't know. It's different with every vehicle. To be
Yeah.
true, it's hard to judge what your build's going to do compared to my build. And I mean, even if you have the same vehicle, same equipment, same everything, it all depends on your enclosure and how it was built.
Hmm.
Built. Sorry.
But people have pretty much gotten the CRXs down. They're all the same. They all build them the same. They're all loud.
I mean, yes and no. I mean, when it
They
comes
all
right
build in the
down to
same
it,
little weird looking box with a
yeah.
lot of port. They're all doing the same thing.
Except for when you come to just say Christopher Munson or Nathan Munson, they're killing the game. I just seen him post a score up like a 68, 67 with the CRX, the one with the American flag on it.
Hmm.
Nasty. Just
What
killing
the
the game.
enclosure looks like.
Huh?
Wonder what the enclosure looks like.
I want to say it's a stack fab box with a horn. But I don't know. It's been a while. He might have changed it. He's not letting them secrets out. You know that.
Well, every CRX I have seen has the same type box in it. They all have the little uh,
Subs for a prefab stacked box with subs forward port forward. Absolutely.
and it's not a round box. It's not a square box, but kind of oval, like not really oval, but
Mhm. It's
close to
got
that.
around the subs and
And
then
they're all
goes
doing
flat.
anywhere from 60 to 70, 60 to 68 in this case, I
Yes,
guess.
sir. If you upgrade the subs, not the amps, higher number of this. Subs,
Yeah, I don't remember what it looks like. I saw it, but I don't remember what it looks like.
Well, it depends because that last number he put up, it could be a completely different box. Nathan and Chris are the man. I mean, seriously. I don't care what anybody says. I will put them against anybody, and they will hurt their feelings.
Let's see here. I think I'm watching it, and looks like he took the seat out, but I can't see. I can't. I can't see what's in the.
Depends on what video you're watching.
Somebody videoed the run,
Okay.
but I can't tell. I can't tell what's in there.
It's probably in the CRX. I'm just guessing it's 215s.
Let's see. I
Sam,
wish I had a
bring
picture
them
of
on the show.
Sam has got a box, it looks like. And then there's a guy from East Texas as well that brings one over to Sam's area. Uh, and it's a small box, but it's got a big long port.
It's a stack fab box that they
Yeah,
cut. Well, it goes curved on the sides, flat
right.
in the middle where the port comes out the front. Subs forward, port forward.
Yeah.
a lot of them use the exact same box.
Right.
But
That's what I'm
there's,
saying.
like you said, I'm sorry, but there is some of them that actually they do some different stuff. But I will try to see Samuel if I can. I don't know. I doubt I'm gonna get Nathan on here because he's a god in the SPL game. I don't care what anybody says. Maybe if I can talk to Chris, if I can get him in enough time and find him at a spot where he's not busy, we can have him on. But I will definitely try for sure. Christopher Munson and Nathan Munson is who I'm talking about, Billy.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't see any pictures of it. Don't see any pictures.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm pretty bored myself.
Right?
So I know you poor gentlemen and ladies possibly are bored. So unless you guys have some other questions or anything else, we might actually end at an early time tonight.
Right? Hey,
And
look there. Hey. I see
back,
you wiggling now.
Can you guys hear me well?
Yeah,
absolutely.
man.
I don't know what happened, but apparently all of a sudden I got cell service.
Right?
Like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
'cause it's working good
Because
now.
we was gonna cut it off, see?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? So
Let
what's your take, Jordan, on the CRXs? What do you think? What makes them loud?
I think it's 30 plus years of working out the kinks, man. Just test, 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 test.
Right?
Every new prodigy, so to speak, or new guy that gets one and works out even more problems than the last. I think they all basically improve upon whatever the last guy or the previous guys did. That's my opinion.
Did
and I
did
figured
Sean Rozak bring his to Shreveport last week?
Yep, he sure did. I think he did 163 plus,
Wow.
right at 163.0 something. I think.
Right. Now
He
this
did, he
guy,
did pretty
and I
solid.
don't know if he's still doing it this way, but he's running .08 coils. Yep, that's what I said. .08.
I had
That's low.
0.7 at one point in time.
Yeah,
That's
you would have to
low.
talk to him because the last show we went up and did a couple of weeks ago, he was having some issues keeping it on, and he could barely get to like a 160. Like just he got to 159, and he kept protecting a bunch of times,
Right.
and he eventually came back and did a 162 and some change. Well, this week he did a 163, like first time, just no problem. I think he might have switched up his amp setup, so that he may be still running those same subs and coils, but I think he switched his amp setup.
He was using, and I forget the name brand, but it was like a 20-year-old amp, he said. And I looked in there, may even have a picture somewhere of it, uh, but he did say the amp was like 20 years old.
Yeah,
But I just never heard of running a coil that low.
right.
It
What are
Yeah.
your
happens.
coils, Jordan? What are you running?
So in the van, they're dual ones. I run half on my sub, 1 amp per sub.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Dang. What amps?
Step Bond
7500
7500.
for the
That's a lot
win. For the wing. For the wing. Like the clue
Yep.
says, for the wing.
power.
Farween.
For wing.
Right.
I
And
need
what's the
you
loudest you've got in
amplifier,
your
Jordan.
van?
The loudest I've seen in my van was, if I'm not mistaken, and I went to 2 shows back to back when I first got it, and it was either the only time I ever ran the van at a Base War show. It did 170.99.
Right.
Or it was the show right before we did a show in Homa that Warfare Warriors Run for Points. It was the year before you came. I went and ran at that show, and I think it might have actually broke a 171 at that show. I'm not 100% positive on that. That was the very first time I ran the van.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before you
170.
had to put
Wow.
the doghouse and all that other stuff back in per specs of USAC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, it's cool to burp a really high number, but it's all about music. That's what I like to do.
Yeah.
I like to do the music average classes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But what I said before we was talking, I know there's a guy that needs 2 more 7500s.
Oh yeah, that
Got
guy,
Andrew
huh?
Grayer in the house, y'all.
Yes. I need 2 more.
Right?
And 2 more 15s, and let's do a 6.5 order. The nitro this year.
Hold on a second. So I've got this button on this mic, and I thought it was a mute button, but apparently, when I push it, it starts playing music.
Oh.
Okay.
So I couldn't hear anything that y'all were saying. I thought Billy was playing some special effects when Andrew came in the chat.
Right?
It started
I
playing
have
mouse.
been working on the special effects.
Yes, absolutely.
So sorry about that. What were y'all saying after Andrew came in?
Not much.
Yeah, I don't recall. I wonder this. What does Sam do this weekend? He's got
Sam,
a CRX
you
as well.
done?
Sam, I believe Sam broke 159 and some change. Like he was really close to 160.
Well, if that's the case, I think he's gone up and up every time as well.
Definitely. Yeah,
And
because
then
he came in the lanes, and I said, is Sam gonna do a 160 today? And he goes, oh man, it's barely gonna do 156, and he was totally straight faced about it. He popped off that 159. I said, 156 my ass.
right?
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. He says a 58.6 is what he did. He'll get there.
Yeah.
And man, there's a guy that's got a red one that comes from Texas. I can't call his name right now, but I saw him. I've seen him in a lot of different places. I saw him out in Vegas the last time. He brings a CRX as well. And so there in Shreveport, there's 3 of them. And then you got Austin LaBelle, which is in your area somewhere.
Yeah,
He's
I'm very familiar with Austin. Austin is a good buddy of mine. We used to be on Team South together. I've known him for. We've basically started competing at the same time. We came in pretty much as rookies.
Yeah. So that's 4 CRXs right there in Louisiana. Are there any in your area, Jimmy?
Well, at finals, I think 4 or 5 of them showed up.
But I mean, running in base wars in your area?
Oh, yes. I want to say there's. Which ones are you talking about, though? Are you talking about the hatchbacks or the 4-doors?
The hatchback CRX.
Excuse me.
Hatchbacks, I want to say there's 2, maybe 3 so far. And the 4-doors, I want to say there's like 3 or 4, maybe 5 of them.
Well, the 4-doors now, they call them Civics, right? Not really CRXs.
Well, yeah, I guess some are
I don't
Civics.
know.
Yeah, they're Civics. You're right. Absolutely.
Yeah. So the CRXs, what kind of numbers are they doing?
I don't know actually, because one of the loudest guys will never turn it up. So he likes to stand back and see what all the other scores are. He did let's see, the loudest one right now I want to say is Travis Stuckel and his son, and they in Port Wars they did like a 70. I don't know, it was a 71, 72. But, that's just in Port Wars. They won't turn it up otherwise.
Yeah. Hey, Jordan, which
Yes,
vehicle did Sean's wife run that Port War score in? Because I think that was the highest for that, but I could be wrong. Was it that little green car, or was it a CRX?
No, it was a green car. It was a Fiat. I don't know the model, but it was a Fiat. It's a newer model of Fiat.
Like a 76 or 77?
Yeah, I think this week she did a mid 176. I'm pretty sure she did a 177 the last time we were there 2 weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
Import.
Yeah, in port. But the
Nice.
thing
Yeah,
that
definitely
thing
port.
still that thing still burps. I think it did a 159 also in the kick.
I don't doubt it, man.
That's crazy.
I don't doubt
I can tell you one thing that if they're I'd have to look at the results specifically and see maybe if I could pull up the frequency, but it felt orders of magnitude louder when she ran the kick class
it.
than
Yeah.
Probably
that
went
port class.
higher. Absolutely.
I'm pretty sure they turned it up. So that port score might have some more in it.
Yeah.
I don't want to be giving away secrets, but that's just from what I experienced.
Yeah.
Absolutely. 150. He said 59.5. Same you.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was up there.
That's pretty loud.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Well, Jordan, I'm glad that you actually got to come on a little bit tonight and hang out with us. I hope we can make this a frequent visit.
Hopefully.
Right?
I don't know how much of the beginning y'all caught from me. Probably not a lot.
Not a lot.
The beginning was kind of hit and miss. The middle was okay. Then you faded away, and then you're back here real solid. Whatever
I'm
you
glad.
did right now, you're solid. Actually,
Well, I'm on my cell phone now, and I tried to do that, but it wouldn't even let me in the backstage studio because it was my service was just it was
One of
non-existent.
things. Yeah.
it happens.
And now I've got pretty solid service, so
Right?
but I wanted to say, man, that I really enjoyed both the shows this past weekend. They both had pretty
fun,
solid
isn't
turnout. Yeah, definitely. They both had pretty solid turnouts. The Shreveport show, I'm pretty sure you'd already said it, but that was like a record for attendance
Mhm.
or participation, should I say,
I think
for
so.
that area.
Think so. I
They
think 25
came out.
was the other number.
Yeah, they came out in force at that show. That was. I'm really proud of those guys. I've been to a bunch of mecha shows up there, usually at the same venue. We had a little bit of a hiccup in the beginning because I set up inside the fair, and then the fair guys were like, "Oh no, y'all got to get that crap out of here." They weren't having it. They were not having it, man.
It happens. I've had it happen.
The bad part about it is I had just got set up by myself, and both of y'all, I'm sure, know how much work that is.
Mhm.
Boy.
And it's even worse having to pack it in that little car I've got. I got a 2016 Rogue.
Yes.
So I was borderline devastated and borderline just absolutely furious.
Right.
So luckily, the far side parking lot, which is where we normally do shows up there, they were cool with us going out that way and moving things over there. I just really was pretty much, for lack of a better word, just pissed. I was so mad that they were pretty much making us do that, or just
Right.
not make any noise. He didn't expressly say you have to get out of here, but he was like, "No, y'all got to keep it down."
Right.
What did you expect? You invited us to this event. You know what I mean? It's
Right.
So I guess I said all that to say that I'm really proud and grateful for the group of guys and gals that helped me out with tearing that stuff down real fast and moving it over to that exterior parking lot and setting back up. That was really, really awesome with those guys.
And you'll find out in your area and my area, and Billy's found this out for, last 5-6 years. We wouldn't be where we're at without the support and the love from everybody else.
Absolutely.
I get tremendous help from all my guys and all the people up here. They help me set up, they help me tear down, It means a lot, and we appreciate it. It's a lot to set up, like Jordan was saying, to just set the monitors, all the computers, and just everything, generators, extension cords, table fronts, just everything. It's a lot. It really, honestly, is a lot to do, and we appreciate the help, whether you guys realize it or not. We really, honestly.
It takes me a solid hour to set everything up and get it going.
Yeah. Yeah, 1,000% appreciate everything that everybody helps with as far as set up and tear down. And I mean, it's a great help. I learned how to set up and tear down from Billy specifically, and he's got a certain way he does things. Jimmy, I don't know if he ever showed you
Well,
specifically how he
yeah,
likes to do it. So I pretty much learned
different.
the way he does it, and it works. There's a process to it, and everything,
You
every little
have
thing
to.
he says, he's done. He's figured out like over the years. You got to do it this way, and this is why. And
Mhm.
and those guys don't necessarily know that, but I still appreciate them helping. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
always feel
Yeah,
guilty,
I
man.
understand that.
People offer to help me. They offer to help me. And I'm like, no, just, no, I got it. I'm good. Because, if it's something so simple as to rolling up a cord and they
Right.
roll it up like I normally would, a extension cord be rolled up that big. But I know where I'm
Yep.
putting it and it needs to be rolled up that big. Little things like that. So, uh,
Amen. Absolutely. It
so
really does.
Yeah. I've got
everybody
a
now
great
down
team.
here knows just don't help me. They stand there and offer, right? And then when the crap hits the fan like a big rain or something like that, usually they just step in and really help. Not even
Yeah.
asking, just doing it. One girl actually saved my computer over there in Shreveport one day. Just absolutely, she saved it. I mean, I was taking care of something else, and man, she unplugged it, picked it up, and put it in her jacket. We just got a sudden flood, and yeah, she did that. Had not, I'd been buying another computer too.
That's pretty awesome.
It
Yeah,
really is. It really, really is. And like I said earlier, we really appreciate the help from Billy to Jordan to me. We
Always.
honestly, we appreciate the help.
yeah,
Absolutely.
right. So Jordan, I was looking, man. I don't know when the next show is. Uh, the next one we had was on the 21st, which is probably not going to happen. It's the one we talked about, that Bayou, the weekend of that Bayou. Is it Bayou Showdown?
Yeah, Bayou Showdown. Yep.
So if we do away with that show, uh, looks like the next one. Let's see. Let's see. Is the 28th in over well into Florida, just other side of Pensacola. But that's the 28th. That's a month away. I ain't
Yeah.
never had this kind of break,
It happens.
you know. So if you find somewhere you want to go have one, uh,
Let's do it.
hook it up.
I might as well. I've got the whole setup packed up in the car. So
All right. Yep.
Well, gentlemen, I don't mean to be rude, but if you guys want to keep talking, I think I'm gonna get out of here. My wife's got dinner upstairs,
All right.
and it's kind of after 9, anyways.
All right, man.
So I appreciate everybody, and that being said, Jimmy's out.
All
Have
right,
a
man.
great night.
We'll see
adios,
you.
Jimmy.
I put him back by mistake. Hmm. So Jordan, why don't you tell us about your speaker box? If you don't have
About
any
my
secrets you're scared to give away.
well, specifically, what would you like to know?
Why is it loud? Other than
Why
power.
is why is it loud? Well,
Other than
so
power.
so most people know, and if you don't know, you do now. I didn't build that. I bought that built from a very good friend and teammate of mine, Joe Price. My dad helped with the build. He didn't help with the design. So the design was all Joe. Joe had some input from various, I want to say 5 or so different sources between Vladimir and Dennis Alford and more specifically, I think he took a lot of advice from Chris and Nathan Munson, and then also he's got his own little flares thrown in there too. So a lot of that stuff comes from pretty much strictly from Joe, uh, just testing and tuning the van. Uh, with low power, high power. I mean, he's got, you know, an insane amount of test time and tuning in that van with different clamp power. I think he tried a couple of different subs in it. Of course, he built it for the DefBonce DB3 version 1s, which used to be in there. And then when the version 2s came out, he got those. Those were put in the van. And that's what's currently in there. And I don't think there was any drop off or any gain. So I don't think it made much difference as far as any revisions they made to the sub working in that box. So secrets, I wish I could tell you secrets. I mean, it's just a fourth order. It's a fourth order band pass.
Yeah, and so I was trying to find a picture of the box, but I don't see one. And it took me forever to find the picture that I have. But so basically, it's kind of got a weird angle to it. If you look at it, you like, why that? And but that was made to bounce that sound wave around up to where the meter is based on a wavelength. Is that what you told me?
As far as I know, that's what Joe told me. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
And I wish I could find a picture, but no way. I'll never find a picture. Take too long. And you don't have any pictures of it on Facebook.
Yeah, they're on my Facebook. Yes, I don't have any like that I keep on hand in a folder or anything that I can just go, oh yeah, here it is. I basically just go search for hours when I want to show somebody. So
yeah, right. Yeah, okay. But yeah, so I think that's what that does. I think that acts as a waveguide kind of thing to line that that sound wave up to where it's at a peak when it hits the meter.
Right.
Yeah.
I think so. So it's some of that, and it might also be to try to counteract some of the higher pressure in the back of the box at full volume, because so I've tested with a meter, and I'm not going to say exact numbers, not that it matters, but in the back of the box, the numbers are certainly way higher than they are in the front. The pressure on the cones, I think, being uneven, it's not a good thing. And I think the way he shaped it and laid it out helps with some of that loading in the back. Now, of course, it's still got its issues. Those back two subs are prone to just let go of the cones at pretty much any point in time at near full power. So it's finicky when you get up to high volume.
It's a risk when you turn it off. It's a risk.
It's risky. It's risky.
I did find a video, and I'm see if it really will show us. Most of it is just kind of the van, not really the enclosure.
Feel free to share it.
Yeah, I'm going to try to find another one just because it doesn't really show the speaker box a lot. But I haven't found it yet. I might could have found mine by now.
Speaking of yours, I don't think I've ever seen anything but a couple of still photos of your actual build. And I know you're talking about your video of the van.
Yeah.
I wanted to bring up, I don't think I've ever seen your build like in action other than a couple of still photos from back in the day.
I put
you wouldn't happen to have anything, would you?
Huh?
You wouldn't happen to have anything, would you?
Probably would, but I never actually finished it up. I tested one night with a couple of sound digital amplifiers and I got a good score out of it, but I never really powered it up. And the most I ever got out of it was a 61 and change. That was with a sound digital 12K. But I got the exact same score with one 12K as I did with two 12Ks. So I kind of think there was a voltage limitation there. And I was using 8D batteries, but but they don't give up the power very fast. And
Right.
and so I think even though I had power there, I think it was running out. Just because he's class A amplifiers just take the power. I mean, class D amplifier just take the power quicker than those batteries could give it up. And I think that's why I wound up with the same score with 1 amp versus 2. I'm guessing voltage was the limiting factor there. And then I put a Sound Digital 5K on and did mid to high 50s. But this thing had a footprint that big, pushing all 12
Right.
of those 12s.
Yeah, little bitty old amp.
Yes, little. Nobody could believe that little amp was doing all that. So, but it was really built for, believe it or not, sound quality. That's a sound quality truck. But when I rebuild it, it won't be. It won't be like it will be sound quality. But I'm gonna definitely focus on getting some air movement and some numbers out of it, which I did not focus on at all before.
I hear you.
Yeah, I can't find not one picture, man, of yours. Mine was real simple. It was just a ported enclosure. No, let's see. Maybe I can. Let's see. I can find some of those. I just moved everything around on my computer because I filled up my hard drive, so may take a minute.
Yeah, no problem.
May have even moved them to an external hard drive. Let's see. I found an empty folder. Does that count?
What did you find?
An empty folder
Oh,
from where I moved them away, I assume. Yeah, I'm not going to find it. It'll take me. I don't know where it is. I don't want to keep y'all bored when I'm looking for it. That's odd that I don't have at least one photo of my truck. You would think you would.
well, like I said, I don't have a folder or anything where I just go and grab van pics to send to people. So
Right.
maybe I should, but I don't, unfortunately. If you look enough, they're out there though between things that were posted from when Joe had it and since I bought it. Nothing's changed other than the battery setup. So as far
Well,
as the
I
box
know
sub and amp
that
setup,
I had photos of it. I have them somewhere. I'm surprised I didn't find them when I was looking for mine.
right?
Well, for those of you that don't know, this is the truck that we're talking about. And so let's see what I can find. I'll find them when I'm not looking, man.
Of course, that's how it works.
But literally, I just moved everything because I've got 2 hard drives on my laptop, and both of them are filled up.
Oh, I can imagine.
So
Thanks, Brett. I appreciate it.
you know what? Just for kicks, though, just for kicks, we could go through another one. Let's see here. So this is one. This one was approximately 2002, 2001, maybe
Wow.
2001. I think that's what I was competing with. Let's see.
That's a great looking build.
Yeah, they did it at Pro Audio there all those years ago.
Were you working there at the time?
Uh-uh.
So you
I've
just
always
strictly
been around there. I've just kind of come and gone over the years. At this time, I didn't build this. They did.
right.
Uh, I had a trucking business that honestly just run me ragged, and so I was making money with the trucking business when they built this. This was expensive for back then. I think it was expensive,
Oh, I can imagine. Audio was high back then.
but I was doing pretty well, and so I was able to do it. So it really wasn't a problem. All right, so some of these I may regret this, but rather than close this every time, I'm gonna I'm gonna share this if I find one that I don't really want everybody seeing. It's not really me. Well, yeah, I guess it would be me, but let's see here. Let's share this. So don't have a. Wish I had a way to look at more of them other than just one. But so this right here is capacitors that we had down in the toolbox of the truck even. So I don't like this program. I can't even scroll to the next. Oh, hold on. Let's try this. Nope.
Oh, there you go. There's a collection.
Right. That's the wrong collection though. That's not even what I'm trying to show. I don't know where that come from. Albums. Maybe that'll do it. No, this just makes no sense. None. None. Makes no sense.
Jeffrey Blizzard said, "Do you have any shows scheduled for 2021 yet?" I think we have two scheduled. You'd have to check our event page on the Base Wars page.
Yeah.
I know.
And I'll
I
tell you
know.
this. Go ahead,
Go ahead.
Jordan. Bad.
Oh, so I know at least one is in March. I said late March.
Yeah. Yep. Um, So I hadn't scheduled a lot of them. I usually try to wait till around the first year because I'd hoped I'd find somebody like Jordan to kind of help me with the area, and I didn't want to schedule for them. I don't want to have a show scheduled, and then George said, "Hey man, I got family reunion that day,"
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
So I wanted Jordan to, or in this case, whoever, but Jordan, in this area, to be part of the scheduling. So that's kind of the reason I held off. And I'm also really kind of trying to hold off for somebody in deep Florida. I talked to a couple of people down there that's interested, and it's kind of on me. I've not reached back to them yet, but I got to get tents and meters for them and that kind of thing. And it's kind of costly. And Base Wars is not, real big on profit. We don't have a lot. I don't mean we're not big on it. We want it. We want profit, and we want to, make a lot of money and stuff like that. But it's just, it doesn't, since we don't charge to have a show. But that being said, I'll start scheduling up some for Jordan, or he will. But you'll see them start populating. And Jimmy up north, I think he's waiting on kind of the weather or whatnot. But I would predict, I don't know how many shows we had this year, probably 80, 90. Just guessing. I could go back and count probably on Facebook, but I'm thinking, we're going to do about 20, 130, 140 shows. if Jimmy picks up his number at all, which he probably will, and I don't know how hungry Jordan's going to be as far as what he wants to do, but basically Jordan's going to be taking some of my area, and hopefully somebody will take some of my area in South Florida, and then that will allow me to go other areas and just add shows too. And it's not replacing, but so that I can add shows to our area. So though we don't have many on the calendar now, I guarantee you we'll have 100 plus next year. If we don't, I'll be so very surprised.
So I haven't actively started searching for places to do shows, but I would like to have a show, at least one show every weekend, if not every other weekend, at the absolute most infrequent, every other weekend.
And see, that right there is 25 shows roundabout.
Right. I would love to have at least one every weekend. And a weekend like this, where I had 2 shows this past weekend, it was a little tough. If I could get them maybe located a little closer together, or maybe not quite late night and then early morning. That way I could have a little time to sleep in between driving. Then I would have absolutely no problem doing 2 a weekend.
Yeah. Well, there'll be, I do that a lot. Saturday and Sundays is not hard. It's not bad, but there may be some weekends that you like, man, I really want to do something else, whatever. So, but yeah, man. So if you pop off 50 shows in a year, and I know Jimmy don't do as many as we do, but he may start. And I will probably do, I don't know what, because I don't really have total area right now, but we'll have 100 and 150 shows pretty easy, I think. I wish I knew what we did this weekend, but this year. But I bet between Jimmy and I, man, I know I had to do 65, 70. I would think. And Jimmy, I think, done somewhere around 5 or 6. But he was just getting started too.
Right.
I just think we'll probably have a lot. We'll probably have a lot.
Yeah, just keep growing.
Do 2 a weekend.
Oh yeah. I done caught the bug, man. I can't do much competing anymore because there weren't a whole lot of shows in our area, and that was one of the major factors in me deciding to step into this role.
Right.
And so,
yeah, man.
If I'm not going to be competing, I'd rather at least be around it in some function. You know what I mean? And this is the next best thing. So.
Yeah. I'll tell you, man.
I don't want to say I'm the most experienced guy. I'm not going to say I have the knowledge to back up 30 years worth of competing or anything like that. But, I feel like I'm savvy enough in the industry. I know a lot of competitors. I know a lot of the way things work in other organizations from having competed in those organizations. And I feel like I can bring something to Base Wars that maybe we didn't have before. A little stability, I guess. Not that it was unstable, but just another dimension.
More of us, right?
Right.
Yeah, Jimmy says he did 10 shows, so shoot, man. Yeah, we'll be sitting pretty as far as number of shows. We can give the competitors some things to do. And I know you guys up north, y'all don't. Jimmy was just getting going, but man, down here within 2 hours of Mississippi, dude, we have shows every weekend. Every weekend. I really definitely within 3 hours, I think.
Right.
So down here, you can even if it's not like in your town, you can go to one in the next town or the next town over past that every weekend if you wanted to. You just could. So we have a lot down here, and I'm sure it'll turn into the same thing up there. We just got to get some more people to help run the shows because it's just not designed for Jordan or Jimmy to travel long distance. It just ain't. We just don't do that. Not without them going in the hole financially. I mean, if nothing else, gas. I remember when I went down to visit Jeffrey Blizzard here, right? He's from down South Florida. When I go to those shows down there, if I bring my trailer, it costs an extra $200 in gas and diesel fuel.
Wow.
Extra $200. So you're like, well, I could pack it all in the truck, uh, and then the hotel's paid for, kind of thing. Uh, so that's really what I've designed it for us to stay close. Hour, 2, 3 is okay, but when you go 10, 12, it gets a little bit dangerous for the people running the show, whether they'll actually make money or lose money. I mean, remember, you wasn't with me, but I went down to Florida for one show this year, down to Tampa. All the shows I've been to have been pretty much in the Tampa area. And I think I had 4 competitors. 4. Right? Now, it was a bad day for everybody. There was one of those storms was passing Florida that come up and hit Louisiana, but it was coming right across there. So it was, it was bad weather. But nevertheless, I still went down there and bought that hotel room and all that stuff. And it was very profitable. But the next time I came, I wound up with 30. So it was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
Worked out.
Well, all right, guys. Y'all have any questions for Jordan? And Jordan does 170 decimals, and I wish I could find a picture of his speaker box, but I just can't. Just can't find one. But you got a 170 guy sitting right here. You could ask some questions if you just wanted to. And Jordan, if you have those pictures on your Facebook, man, they're hiding. They are hiding.
I'll have to go find them. I'll send you some. Maybe next week if I come back on, if I can get a stable internet connection.
Right.
Fingers crossed.
Right.
I'll have them ready.
Yeah. 171 plus. Is this you or Brett?
Brett's saying that's what the van does.
Yeah. I remember I did a 170. You're the reason that I created the 170 sticker.
Right.
Now, and I'll say this too. I think, why do I think that Rob's pickup did a 170? I posted a video. People were talking about it. Rob Collar. I know I thought it was a 170 as well, but I think you had done it in your van a little bit right before that. But I know he blew a sub that on that run. Maybe as a 69 or 68, I can't remember. But that little Dodge he had the 415 below the window line.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know if he ever pulled off a 170 in Base Wars. That'd be more in your territory as far as knowing the score. I was only a competitor at that point, but I know he's built multiple 170 dB no-wall vehicles.
Yeah. He
Rob's a great dude.
I can't remember what that pickup did. We was all talking about it a week or two ago, and I posted a picture of it. I posted a video of the run, and I think it was in the group, but it was probably in the comments or somewhere. It'd be a long time for me to be able to find it, but.
Yeah, you want to talk about a guy that's got some knowledge. Rob's got some knowledge.
Right. And did I tell you what he did for me whenever my truck broke down? I was coming back.
Probably.
I called him. It was a Sunday, and ironically, I was gonna have a show in Shreveport, and we moved it or canceled that one because I just didn't think I could get from Tampa up to Shreveport in time.
Yeah, that's a hell of a distance.
And anyway, my truck broke down, and Rob come got me off the side of the road, stored my trailer for a couple of months while they worked on it.
Yeah, I knew when your truck was broke down that you mentioned a couple of times you left your trailer at Rob's house. That was really cool for sure.
Yeah.
But I didn't know he actually came and rescued you.
He got me off the side of the road, man.
Yeah, that's pretty solid, man.
I had the truck towed, but he hooked to my trailer, and we went to his house. and then I got me a ride on home, and then rented a van and left my trailer over there for I know it was 8 9 weeks. Well, 7. I don't know how long. It was a long time.
It was a while you didn't have your truck.
Yeah. Man, when I got it back, it was like, oh, I can use my trailer again. So you don't have to pile everything in that car.
Right.
Because that's where the work is. And then you don't know this yet, but if you're piling everything in the car and taking it out every week, I don't know if you did that, but you run the risk of forgetting some. When you go to
Right.
pile it all back up. And so when you got the trailer, you can just leave it all in there. All you need is the awards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, everything that I took with me this weekend is still piled up in my car.
Yeah.
And you seen how tight of a squeeze that was.
Right. We crammed it full. You couldn't have got an extra chair.
Nope.
No t-shirt. Didn't have room for t-shirts.
Nope. There's not room for one more cord or cable in that thing, much less a t-shirt or a box full of t-shirts.
Right. Yeah.
But you know what? I did. I'll have to figure something out because, man, I had people asking about shirts this past weekend, and I sold a bunch of decals.
Right. Man.
So I was really surprised by that,
Yeah.
and I was wishing I could have brought some shirts because I know they would have sold.
Yeah. And I thought about it, but I just didn't see any room to put them other than the front seat beside you. You know.
Yeah, maybe that's something to look at. I could
Yeah.
probably pull that off.
Maybe we could find a bag of some kind. You can stuff a bag somewhere you can't stuff a box.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Well, all right, y'all. We're gonna sign off. What you think, Jordan?
Yeah, I'm good with that, man.
All righty. Well, y'all, thank you for watching us, and we'll be back on here next week about the same time. And just because I worked so hard on it, as we close, I am going to play my what do you call this thing?
Well, it was an intro on the way in. I guess it would be an outro on the way out.
It'll be an exit now, right?
Right.
So anyway, thank you guys for tuning in and watch this little video. And if you didn't watch the video that I posted in the group when I talked about us going live, go watch that thing. You'll see some people you probably haven't seen in a while that used to compete with us. Some of them still do. Some of them had a 12 then. Now they got 10, 12 or something like that. But it was really kind of fun for me to even watch it. So, but anyway, thanks, and we'll see you guys next week.